Hello guys, I'm here with Stephen Mellor. And can you please introduce yourself, Stephen?
Well, as Manuel said, I'm the Chief Technology Officer of the Industrial Internet Consortium. We were founded in March 2014 to bring about transformational business outcomes in the industrial area, and we're doing that with a variety of different initiatives.
Even though we are here in this meeting talking about industrial applications, how do you see the market and the opportunity for the maker scene that wants to follow all of these best practices that you guys are coming up with?
I think that we're at the very beginning of this market. At the very beginning, although some of the early papers are about 10 years old now, looking at the economics of this. The fact is that if you go back to Sir Tim Berners-Lee when he invented the Universal Resource Locator, which had been about 35 years ago now perhaps, he would have no idea. You could call a taxi on your phone, that you could book a room in someone's house, that you could pick up email messages from anybody on the planet. He had no idea about that. And I think we're in exactly that same place. We can see some obvious applications now. We know what to do to make them happen. But as we proceed, we are going to invent a lot more. And that's the primary goal of the IIC, is to foster that innovation to bring about transformational business outcomes.
You had experience working on CERN. With lots of sensors and software. When is the first time that you heard this term Internet of Things?
Actually, it's quite recent, only about a couple of years ago. I'm sure that I'd seen it before then in some context, but it hadn't registered. Because you know how it is, fads come and fads go. But I was approached a couple of years ago to take a look at this work and see if I could help bring about some of the things we've talked about. And so I've actually been learning an awful lot. But the main thing that I'm trying to do is to bring out the skills of the people who've been working in this for the last 10 or 20 years so that we can work together and actually build something that works.
You touched a very interesting point on your talk when you referred to blue market. Can you please explain to us what blue markets are?
Sure. The notion of the blue ocean market comes from two economists at INSEAD, INSEAD, in Paris. It's a business school, very well respected. One of them's name is Kim. I'm afraid I forget the other one, but you can easily look it up. And their notion is that there are some markets that are so large and so unexplored that we all are better off by working together to find ways to explore that market and to grow it than it is to squabble over, I like to say, tidbits by the shore. Trying to argue this bit's mine, that bit's yours, is just a waste of time when there's all of this in front of us.
Exactly. You were building an open source approach to make all of these things real. What would be the pain that you would want to fix? Where do you want to put all this energy that you can see can make a big change?
I think the biggest change is to avoid market fragmentation. That's the big thing. I know that's not a technical answer. It doesn't address a particular technical need. But most problems are not technical. This is a question of how we approach the market and how we grow it.
Excellent. And to end up, how can you see the industries avoiding these silos of information where we have verticals having sensors and actuators that are not talking to each other?
Yeah. Well, we have that problem in multiple dimensions. We have that problem in different vertical markets. We have that problem geographically. We have that problem in terms of different, I divide the geography into two parts. One is a political thing, in the sense of some governments want to own certain parts of the market, and also in terms of jurisdiction. Just to take an example, the rules on data protection in the US and the rules on data protection in Europe are extremely different. So it's fragmentation in multiple different areas. I don't think that we can avoid it completely. I think that we need to work as fast as we can and as far as we can to work out what areas can be made common so that we avoid fragmentation, especially down at, if you like, the lower layers. It's clearly the case that energy is different from healthcare, is different from manufacturing, is different from, etc., etc., etc. But when you're communicating data, the connectivity requirements are very much the same. The security requirements are very much the same. When you're talking about how you control devices, again, the rules are very, very much the same. So our goal is to try to find those commonalities as much as we can so that we can avoid that fragmentation and therefore grow the market.
Excellent, Stephen. Thank you very much for your time, and we hope to hear more from you.
Thank you very much.